Okay, there we go. Welcome everybody to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dee Dee, and we are going to work in the Napkin Journal. I was saying before I hit record that I'm really busy today. I got a lot of stuff to catch up on. I got errands to run, but I'm going to go ahead and stream. I just, I need to stream today. It's one of those days. I need to stream. I would be streaming right now if nobody was here. I'm serious. I would be streaming if nobody was here. Oh, I would anyway, but especially I would be today. All right, so y'all know we've been working in the Napkin Journal, and we did this one last time, this page, right? So, and we've been using the Big Monster Color Book and the Fairy Book, so we've been doing that. Um, and then Kelly sent me the whimsical animals. So I think what we'll do is we'll do one out of here, one out of here, and we'll do a napkin journal page. Thank you guys for being here. Hey Val, anybody else I missed? Vicky S. Thanks everybody. Okay, so as usual, I will pick a couple of things out of here. And I've been doing girls like, well, let me go ahead and show you what we have done before. Seemed like the last couple girls, they've been having their antlers, bird in their antlers. And so I'm thinking today we will try, and this one has antlers. I think I'll try to do one without antlers and maybe we'll have an animal be the focal point. This one we did the fairy out of the fairy book, and we put a lot of stickles and glitter on that. And hey, thanks everybody for joining me. And if you're watching this recording on YouTube, this is a live show on Ustream. The link is in the description box, so that you can find us. I stream every Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern, and usually on Wednesdays and occasionally on Friday. And today's one of those occasions where I just really wanted to stream this morning. So thanks everybody for being here. And then we did this little elf. We did this one, and it's got stickles on it too. So what else? Do we have anything else in there that we've done? We've finished? I think that's all the ones we have finished. So I still have a few blank pages to glue some more napkins. I've already shown how I glue all this down, and then we just make a world out of whatever napkins that I haven't done purple in a while. Maybe we'll do something here with purple. Let's plan on this. Let's go ahead and start with the animal book and see what we can find in the animal book. I have my mom and aunt doing napkin journals now. They thought I was insane. They watched the video, Dawn. So did they see? Did they see what you can do with some napkins? So again, this is a book by Juliette Crane, and it says Whimsical Animals, 34 original drawings to color and make your own. And that's what she says on the Big Monster Girl, 34 original drawings to color and make your own. So this one's got the girls, this one's got the animals. So they're just fun to color, cut out. And her paper's got a little bit of a sheen to it. I don't know, it's just a little bit different kind of paper. But anyway, just going to kind of flip through here and see what animal and what person. A world of napkins. Yes. That one's cute. It's like a little fox, little owl. Kind of like the little owl. I'm just thinking about maybe this page. It doesn't have to be this page, but I'm thinking maybe. I don't know. Let me kind of flip through here. Let's see if I do like the purple because it's something a little bit different. And y'all know I've been trying to keep the videos, about an hour long for the purpose of downloading them easier. So for some reason, they seem to download better to my computer when they're shorter. So, ooh, that's so pretty too. I love the poppies. I haven't done red. Maybe that one. I like the purple, but I like the red too. I don't know. I'm still leaning toward the purple. And so, yeah, well, it might end up being 2 parts. Thanks, Terry, for the link. So, yeah, Terry's always good about popping in the links. I like this one. I really like those blue bird, but I've done so much blue. I like this one because it's got a lot of red. I'm kind of leaning. What do y'all think? Do you like the purple or do you like the red? It's going to be a toss-up between those two, I think. Purple or red? Okay, so we can go with this one or this one. I'm kind of leaning toward the purple, but I could go with either one. Hey, Christy. You like the purple? Hey, Angie. I'm kind of leaning toward the purple, but I like either one. Purple. Okay, looks like we got votes for purple. All right, we'll go with purple. All right, so let's go back to looking through the animal book. Yeah, we don't do purple often, do we? Oh, I like him too. I like all of them. Oh, they're so cute. So cute. Looks like a couple of them are the same, maybe in different settings. Like that. Oh, I like the bunny. We always love our rabbit trails. Okay, I'm going for the bunny. What else? We could do 2 animals and no girls. We could do a couple animals and no girls. Do we have another bunny in here? Let's see if we got another bunny. Isn't it cute? That one's cute too. Kind of goes, you know, it's a little fox, I guess, by the tail. I'd rather have 2 bunnies because I can paint them sort of the same color. But I only see 1 bunny. A lot of owls. Don't see another bunny. Might go with the bunny and the girl. Okay, so let's look for a girl. You like this? Everybody likes this journal. Isn't that funny? Everybody likes the napkin journal. Okay, so if I put the bunny here, let's kind of fold that back here. Let's see where I would fit it. If I put the bunny here, I like her too, with all the flowers in her hair. But those kind of flowers look like they need to go on either the roses, because they kind of look like roses. They don't kind of go with this. That doesn't really matter. We could make those flowers purple or yellow, but that's just my thinking. She's cute. Okay, I'm liking her. I'm liking her. We might go with her. Let's see. I'm trying not to go with antlers this time. Okay, I think we'll go with those 2. Well, I like her too. I mean, she could be up here. I think we'll go with these 2. All right, settled. Now, I do need one of these books back to color on. Well, I can color on this. Like the napkin. Everybody likes the napkin journal. Oh my gosh, that's so hilarious. Okay, let me get a little tray because I was using the other tray this morning. It's still got wet paint on it. Whoops, there goes my fan. So I want a dry one. So let's see here. Let's get some purple. We got some purple, some yellow, some of this kind of an orange. Let's go with this. That's too bright. I really want kind of a bit of more muted maybe. Yeah, let's go with this one. This one is orange twist. Go with orange twist. And the other colors were purple dioxine and bright yellow. Okay, and then I need a green. Do I want midnight green? Maybe. Midnight green. And I can mix it and make it a little bit lighter if I need to. Maybe midnight green and I think this is just grass. Oh, I'm almost out of this color. Holly green. Oh, I know I got another one somewhere. Is that holly green too? Forest green. Okay, we'll go with forest green. It's close enough. So if y'all have any questions, put them in caps. Thanks everybody for being here. Do y'all have plans for the weekend? Let me get a baby wipe. Or two. Let me move my portrait thing I'm working on out of the way. I want that to get paint on it. Okay. Hey, Carol. Other Carol. McCarol. Lynn. Anybody else I missed? Donna. So I just thought we'd work in this napkin journal, and we're just going to work on using a couple of Juliette Crane girls and animals. Let's see. I need a kind of a more medium brush. Let's see. That looks better. Okay. So I think we'll make her a blonde. And again, I'm just they're grayscale like, so I just kind of, don't get into a whole lot of shading and everything. I kind of keep these kind of simple. And maybe a crown. And then I think we'll do her. I think we've done the last cup. We've done a couple of girls in purple. Let's do her in green. Let's do her outfit or her dress in a couple shades of green here. Maybe a little purple rosette right there. So I'm just going to do a couple shades of green. So we'll put a little bit more shading on it as we go. So anybody have any plans over the weekend or anything? I do need to make some more art cards too. I'm getting low on those. Okay, then we'll do him. Let's do him and her. Their skin kind of a peach color this time. I think last time we did darker skin. We'll do lighter skin this time. Just because it kind of goes with the flowers. I'm matching. Okay, and the same thing for the bunny. We're going to go ahead and you don't have to worry about getting out of lines because we're cutting them out, right? We're cutting out the images. Packing and house hunting. Oh, well, I don't know if I can say that's fun, but I've done enough of that in my life. I don't know if that's his little tail. Maybe. We'll make it his tail. Oh, yeah, I know. A lot of people seem to have a bad week this week. I wasn't even going to stream this morning. I'm behind on so many things. But I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and put him a purple. I'm getting a little too wet, but I'll dry it well. I've had a little too much water, but... And then we'll make his little crown purple. And then a little bit of yellow. Just kind of tying them together and with the flowers, Maybe the inside of his ears will be yellow. And we'll do some shading. We'll do some shading with color pencil too. It's just a wash over them. Oh yeah, Terry, for sure. Because I said this is one of those days where I needed to stream. I would have streamed if nobody was here. I would have. I'm telling you. I would have just almost not even hit record or broadcast. I would have just sat here and turned on the camera. And I want to get them nice and dry. You want to make sure they're dry before you try to cut and before you try to the pencil. You try to cut wet paper and it's just going to mush. And if you try to color pencil, it's just going to tear. So let me just go with the big scissors here. I really like those little dots, but I think we'll be covering too much of the flowers up if I don't cut them out. Should get the littler scissors for him or her. Hey, Jeannie. Anybody else popping in? Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, I've been really busy and I should stream less today than more, but I just felt like I needed to stream today. Our group therapy. Yeah, I think we all are our group therapy for each other, right? Well, especially for a lot of people that don't have like art friends or really, a lot of any friends in their, um, if you want to call it in their real life. I hate saying that. I hate saying um, in real life because I've been online for over 20 years and the people I know online are real to me, so when I say I've been online, I mean I've been in chats and knowing people online. Let's see. Do I want that little? I don't think I want any of these little houses. So, well, good, Donna. Thanks. All right. So, yeah. All right. So let's bring this over here now. Make a little space. What's this? Oh, that's mine. Let's see, something was reflecting there. Okay, so I'm going to probably put her in here, him here. Let's see, I don't want to cover up all the butterflies, so if I put her up here, the butterflies might get a little distracting. His ears are going to get lost in the thing. I need to put more purple behind him because he's going to get lost if I don't. Maybe I should have thought about the background for to be. Oh, good. Thanks everybody for being here. And again, if you're watching this recording, it's a live show. on Ustream with live people. Oh, okay. Hey, Marie. Anybody watching from the wings? Lindsay. So, I'm thinking it might even have to go this way. Something like that. And y'all know I paint in everything else. It almost gives her a little wingish, a little bit of a wing look. Something like that. Maybe we could put stars and things in this one. I don't think I've even put stars in this one yet. You know, spacing, because we have so much garden going on. So I think we might go with that. So before I glue them down, I am going to go ahead and put some things on the background then and do the background. I recommend when you do this to put some wax paper between your sheets. I don't care if it gets on the edges, but I don't want to stick the pages together. I don't want to stick the pages together with wet paint, so it's probably best if you have some wax paper between your layers while the paint is wet. Okay, so let's go here. And now I get some black paint. And then we'll do with the black and the green, so it'll kind of go from the sky to the garden. Something like that. We'll see. All right. I'll probably just start with my fingers in the background there. The background of the month looks cool. The background of the month? You mean this? I'm not sure. The background of the month? This? This is Napkin. If that's what you mean. I'm not sure. Oops, I picked up the green. Let's pick up the black. Oh, I picked up the green. Let's pick up both of them then. Let's do black and green. And I wasn't using this journal, this day planner at all because it's dated and I don't really. I'm picking up green and black. Oh, good, Cassie. Glad you found. She means the original stuff in the background. Okay. All right. Thanks, Angie. I'm glad you like it. All right, now I think I'll come in with just a little bit of a lighter green. I'm going to start blending down. Thanks, Carrie. Sometimes I need explanation, especially with the lag. Y'all know there's at least a 30-second, if not a little longer, depending on your internet, lag. So by the time I ask a question or see a question or an answer, it's like, it's a whole different chat. All right. So now I want to see how I'm going to go around the edges. I think I'll add some. Let's go ahead and put some purple and green mixed here. Oh, let me pull my... And while it's wet, I can take my baby wipe and get in here and kind of smooth it in. Now, this is a slick paper here, even though it's got some matte medium on it. So you got to just kind of go with whatever you got medium on there or whatever. Kind of roll with it. So I'm going to just kind of blend in some green, get a little bit more purple. Oh, let me pull this down here. Maybe a little more purple over on this side. I'm putting it's pretty thick, guys. The paint is, really thick. So I'm just kind of doing a whole bunch of the different colors to kind of make it look nondescript, It's not you don't really know what's going on down there, and I'm going to blend it in. I'm just trying to get some color on there. All right, let's go around some of the edges here too. This is why you need the wax paper, so you don't glue your pages together with thick paint. All right, so let's see here. on this side. A little bit more purple. And I'm just going purple and green here. All right, let that kind of sit for a minute. We'll blend some in. While it's wet, let me clean some of my hands. And you go through a lot of baby wipes when you do this kind of thing. I do anyway. I go through a lot of it. I did paint my nails, new color. All right, so now I'm going to lightly take and just blend in. Now remember, the napkin is textured. Probably put some yellow in there too, but let's let this kind of get blended in, because if I put yellow in there now, we're going to probably get a bunch of mud. Maybe just need a little bit more purple up in here. Along the edges. Kind of make it foresty. But in this case, I'm also going to have stars in this one. Get a clean place on your, a little bit more. That. Just blend it around, kind of feather it in. Feather it in. It might need, if you don't want to see any distinctive lines between the napkin and your edge, just put a little bit of more paint over those areas. Something like that. Hey, Shauna, anybody else popping in? A little bit more purple down in there. So, what do y'all think? All right, we need to dry this now before I go any further, because I don't want to get these colors all muddy with other, You keep mixing. I'm kind of layering on top of each other, but you start really mixing with your finger, you're just going to have brown, so you got to be careful. All right, let me dry this, and then we'll see what we can go. All right, so I'm done painting the edges, so I think I can move these out. And I get my heat gun here. Yeah, I think they look pretty, the colors. All right, hang on. You do not move the paint. That's weird. I never had a paintbrush not pick up paint unless it was crusty. Whenever you get a new brush, they're usually coated with something, some kind of sizing. You always want to rinse your brush out before you put it in paint. And I always get my paint brushes damp, even if I just dip them in water and then pat them off. Pat it off onto a paper towel, but I never start with a dry brush, ever. I always get my brush damp. It's not like drippy wet or anything. It's patted off, but it's just got enough moisture in it to, keep it flexible. And it also keeps the paint from getting crusted up inside. Okay, now I'm going to just go ahead and get a little, and my water is kind of dirty, so I'm going to go ahead and take some clean water here and get my paint wet a little bit here, because I don't want, if I dip it in the dirty water with all this black green, and it's going to make that muddy. So I'm just going to, all I really want to do here, let me get a little bit more water. All I really want to do is just get the white of the background turned yellow. I don't want to lose those little postal. There's some little postal stamps from the napkin and some writing, some botanical. The word botanical registry is on there. I don't want to lose all that. I need another baby wipe. I just want to get rid of the white of the paper. Then we'll dry it again. So you can make little forest and garden worlds really easy with these napkins. With a napkin base. And you just go in there with your acrylic paint, and I just use Americana craft paint. That's all it is. Yeah, little yellow glow. So just kind of. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's dry that. It needs a little bit of paint right there in the, what do you call it, spine. Let's just go ahead and kind of get some in there. My finger didn't quite reach inside that crevice there, the spine. So, all right, let's dry this. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody that's watching on recording, too. Hey, Cocker, too. CB. Anybody else I might have missed? Want it nice, as dry as I can get it here. Keep your heat gun moving, though. You don't want to bubble up your paint. And you can usually tell if it's still cold to the touch, it's still damp. Lost Ocean to use. I just bought my one and only one postcards Lost Ocean to use as tip-ins in your journal. That's a great idea, 3G. I think I have that post. I think Kelly sent us those. The I think it's lost. No, maybe it's not Lost Ocean. Maybe it's the other one. Thanks, Shauna. Okay, so there we go. So you can kind of see where it is. I know that the background's black. I do need to put a new paper on here. Okay, so now let's get our little, where they're gonna go. Something like this. I kind of want them right here. And again, I do not really like putting things across the bend of the book, but sometimes, it just has to work out that way. And I think this is one of those. I think I want her outfit to be a little less. I'm going to cut her down a little just so we see more flowers. Something like that. And I'm going to paint her in too. I hate to cover up all the butterflies. Well, there's these two there. Let's see. If I put her kind of right on the edge. We were looking at making her look like she had these wing things, but I think I just want her down here. Something like that. And see her little outfits hanging over the edge? Don't be afraid to cut down. You're the boss of your color book. I want her down here, so I'm going to just trim that down there. I want her right there in that corner. Maybe she's looking at him. Maybe I don't have to, well, I don't want to cover up that flower, so he almost has to be, crossing over the edge right there. something like that. And we can put some branches, you know, some leaves coming over him. So you can't really tell if he's standing on something or not. So I think that's where we're going to put them, right there. What do y'all think? I kind of like that little postal thing right above her head there. It almost looks like a little halo, that little postal stamp. So I think that's what we're going to go with, that and that. All right. So when I glue these in, I just use some Eileen's tacky glue. Eileen got you licking your pens, your micron pens. Okay, so now, yeah, y'all remember to keep Eileen in your thoughts and prayers. Our ETEE, enabler elf. So I put quite a bit of glue. Let me show you. And I really, let me show you how I usually do this. With the foam book, whoops, my fan blew. With just a foam book, put your piece on a foam book like this, and you can see how much I have on there. But don't glue down when you got this all rolled out like this, okay? And then start from the middle and work your way out, and you can go right off the edge. That will guarantee it goes all the way to the edge, right? But you're glued on a napkin journal too, and it's, you know, the texture, you almost always need a little extra glue. But the thing about doing this in a foam book, then you can just turn the page. Then those pages are glued together, and you got a fresh page. So what I want to do is I want her to have that little postal circle right above her head, like that. Thank you, Lindsay. Okay, so like that. Now let's go to another fresh page. Okay, and we'll just, again, I put quite a bit of glue, but don't glue it down all rolled up like that, because you'll have a lumpy, bumpy glued thing. Okay, let's be careful with the ears, because it's thinly attached. I almost could, you know, be careful, that could tear right off. So, and you might have to add more glue to some of the little bunny ear edges or something like that, because of the, let's see where I want to get this laid down here, because you're going on a napkin. You know what? Look, his ear is almost tearing. I'm going to put him over here on this edge. I just rolled his ear over that way, and we'll go this way with that one. Okay. And the Eileen's tacky glue will just roll off your hands. It'll just roll, it'll just bead right up. Let me see if you can see that. It will just, you can just keep rolling it off your hands, preferably over the trash. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Get the bulk of it off. All right. Yeah, and y'all, you know, if y'all want to send me any cards, or if you're in Canada, send them to Jean, or if you're here in the States, either me or Angela. Y'all know, if you know who I'm talking about, you know who she is. So, Ange. Okay, there we go. And we will forward them to Eileen. I did send out the day that I made, was that Wednesday? Yeah. What day's Friday? Wednesday, when I made that big elf piece for her. I did fold it up and got it right in the mail that day, so it did go out. So she'll probably get that at least by tomorrow. All right, so there we go. Like that. So now what I want to do is I'm going to get a brush. Let me move my glue and a few things out of the way. The heat gun, so I have some space. Let me get a brush. Let's see which one I want. That will probably work. She looks like she has an extra piece to her crown. Yeah, I like the way the little, this kind of stuff, I love that happens in collage. All right, so now I think I need a little bit more dark green. So I'll put out a little bit more dark green. And I'm going to start, well, let me go ahead and just kind of blend out this edge a little bit, just so it's not a straight line there. I just want to pick up a little green here. I just don't want a straight, harsh line where her dress ends. So I'm just going to kind of blend that in a little bit. And then I'll go back and put in some, what do you call it? Some leaves. Oh, I need some more baby wipes. Ugh. We'll go through the baby wipes. Oh, but you know what I should do? Let me do this before. Let me dry that. I need to put a little shade, and I should have done that before I glued it in. I'm not going to do a whole lot of shading, so it's not a big deal. But if you want to shade, if you want to put color pencil on top of your pieces you cut out, especially if you do a lot of detail, like if you're doing little tiny details on the piece you cut out, you really want to do that before you glue it down, because otherwise you're going to be, when I shade, I'll be picking up the texture underneath of the napkin. And you really don't want to do that. But I just to tell you the truth, I just forgot to shade it before I glued it. So, but I'm not going to put a whole lot of detail in this, in the shading. But some of the pieces, like that little fairy that we did on the other page, it had a lot of little details. And it's hard to shade. Can we make him less angry? What makes it look angry is the eyebrows. So I think we can take. Oops, I got some black in the brush. See? Eyebrows is what makes somebody or something look angry. Let me just go ahead and add a little bit more peach in there. And we're going to shade in there with pencil too. I'll make him some new eyebrows, some cheeks and stuff. Okay, now let me dry this again. I might have to put another layer because it's still kind of coming through the color, the black on the color book page. So add a little bit more. Might take a couple layers to cover that up. All right, this is still wet down here. All right, so let's go ahead and with some pencil, just do a little bit. I'm not going to I'm not going to do a lot. Probably a little bit of white with the Posca or something like that. But I want to get some green here. I need a dark green. And just do a little bit of shading. Just kind of more like scribbly kind of shading. I'm not doing a whole lot. I just want to give it a little bit more dimension than just the flat wash that we put on there. And then we're going to paint in leaves and things. So just put a little bit of green and a little bit of light green shading, blending rather. The eyebrow thing really works. Yeah, it does. It's not just a frown. A frown can mean a lot of things. It can mean sadness. So it's the eyebrows. You'd be surprised. Look, I don't know, you could probably just Google, look up something with eyebrow, expressions. Put in something like eyebrow expressions. Go do that. And then if you're smart, what you'll do, I don't mean you, Dawn, but anybody. What you're smart, if you find you some, and I haven't done this. I mean, I've seen them in books and stuff too, and there's all kinds of places, but If you Google eyebrow expressions, then draw them. It doesn't have to be, don't make it like, just put it in your idea collection notebook. Just put it in your idea collection notebook. Eyebrow expressions. Okay, so there's a little bit of green. Again, she's going to have other things going on. Her hair is coming over her dress, so I'm just going to put a little bit of green under her hair, just so you can kind of tell that her hair's kind of, on top right there. And I'm going to add just a little bit of yellow ochre to her and the bunny here for shading. I can find one. Here's one. All right, let me sharpen. Dede will catch the rest. Okay, bye, Juju. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, it was an impromptu, guys. Like I said, I'm really behind on a lot of things. I wasn't even going to stream today, and I said, well, I need to stream today. I need to do something fun. Not that my art isn't fun. I don't mean that. But I just wanted to do this today. All right, so there's a little bit of yellow in there. And I'm going to do the same thing under the little collar here. Just add a little bit of yellow ochre in the collar. Just, you got to write your ideas down, guys. I'm telling you. Keep an idea, inspiration notebook, a sketchbook, even Post-it notes. And what I'll do is if I write a Post-it note and put notes on, then that will go in my idea notebook until I have time or whatever to write down those ideas. But you got to write them down. I mean, I can't say it enough. If you don't write your ideas down, you will lose the ideas. Okay, I'm kind of going on. I can feel the glue is still wet. I can feel the glue is still wet underneath of this because I had to put thick glue to make it stick to napkin, but I can feel it under there. You got to be careful because otherwise I'll just be digging in, to the wet. Okay, so now let's go with a little bit of the purple on him. Let's get a light purple, dark purple. Him or her, whatever. You make up the story in your own head. I want a couple shades of purple though. I think I want this lavender, a couple of these lavenders, but I also need that dark, like that dioxazine purple, like violet. That's what it is, violet. I need violet. So maybe put a few little pleats or something. Because there's lots of shades in these irises too. So I want to kind of... Hey, Pam, Bunny. Oh, I just saw Bunny. I thought Bunny was here. Y'all are talking about the bunny. Okay. All right, now I'll just blend in a little. But I do have some errands I need to get done here in a little bit. And Hubster, I think he has a dentist appointment, and then we have things we got to do too. Fridays are really busy. Fridays for me are, because of Hubster's schedule, Fridays are really my most slam day. I'm trying to, finish up things from the week and all that. But I felt like streaming today, so. All right, so just a little bit like that. Whoops. Hey, Barb. Don't need bras. I'm a pixie. Oh, I thought you were talking about Barb. When I saw bra, I saw Barb right at the same time. Are we talking about Barb's bra? Okay, there we go. Now let me just kind of blend that in a little. Again, I'm just, I'm keeping it really simple here. I'm going to put some branches and things in here. Okay, now let's go ahead and go with a little bit of skin color. Peach color. Let me sharpen this. Yeah, I'm some days I'm unsure if I should get up on Fridays too, Terry. uh, yeah, because I don't schedule. My only real schedule is Monday, guys. I think I want him to have some whiskers too. Her, him. I think I do. I'll put some whiskers too. I'm just going to shade a little bit here. And I can see that, I think that, no, I guess it's glued down good enough. Right, a little bit more, kind of a, just a little bit of a, this is pumpkin orange. I just kind of wanted it, just a touch of shadow, a little bit of shading around his ears here. We in chat decided it's a girl because of the dress. Oh, okay. Well, it could have been a robe. I mean, you know. Oh, I gotta fix the. Let me glue her little crown down. Could have been a robe. You know. Okay. All right. All right. I need a little bit more. Just a little bit more shading in the little collar or whatever it is. Where's my yellow? Blend that in. Just a little. Something like that. Go back up here with the peach. Not taking a whole lot of time here, guys. Just kind of wanted to make my little fairy tale world. Get a sip of coffee, though. I'm going to add some white details with the Posca paint pen, too. The reason I'm shading first is because I want to put branches over them, and I don't want to try to have to shade like if I put like some leaves coming across her here, and I had not shaded the dress or the robe, then I'd have to try to be shading around the leaf, right? It's best to build it up in layers. It's just easier when you go to, if you know, as long as you remember, if you're talking and chatting, I think I'll make that tail white too. And I'm gonna have some other white details. Okay, so, but I don't want that black edge right there. I'll kind of blend that in just a little. All right, let's go over to her little face. Let's put a little bit of rosy cheeks. I'm using the same orange. Blend that in. Here's my white. Hey, Miko, good to see you. How you been? Okay, a little bit more. Just like that. Keep it simple. Now I'm going to go ahead and get let's move the pencils out of the way. And move the glue, get my brush. And now I want to get some green paint. I'm going to keep it kind of thick now. And it's starting to dry. It's starting to, with all the lights and everything, it does, in about 20 minutes, it starts to crust over with all the lights. And of course, I got the fan going and the heat gun right next to it. But what I want to do is just kind of paint some of these leaves, like right over the top. So let's pick up the green, maybe just a touch of yellow in there. Let's just see what happens. So we're just gonna kind of do the old technique, push and pull, drag. Who did that? What was the lady's name that used to do that? Those kind of let me get a piece of scrap paper. These kind of leaves where you do the thin, push, drag. There's her name. I'm not thinking of it, but she would do those kind of leaves. That's what we're doing here. We're doing that. It's easier to see on white. Okay, I need some more dark paint here. Where's my dark green? I'm just going to pick up some dark green, purple, whatever colors here. Y'all know who I'm talking. Donna Dewberry. Thank you. So anyway, I'm just doing some Donna Dewberry type of leaves. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just going to add a few of those here, and I'm keeping them different sizes. Like there's a big one, there's a thin one. This one comes behind the butterfly. I might want to add that one just a little bit more. Maybe another one. And it's very subtle. See, it's very subtle. Even though it's on top of dark purple, see how it's subtle? Let me do one right here. See how it's even dark purple, but just putting one right on top of that. It still shows. Okay. I want this one a little darker. It's crossing over the spine there, so got to kind of get in there. Hey, Prisma Bam. Bam! Okay, and again, I'm going to do the same thing kind of down here. I might have to get them a little bit darker so it shows up on her green dress. Maybe we'll put a little purple flower in that one too. Because I'm really just trying to get her blended into the background a little bit. Maybe just a couple of thin ones down there. Thanks, guys. You can when this is dry. Now remember, layering has to be when it's dry in paint. Now there's a difference between in color pencil and the acrylic paint. If you want to blend, you want it to be wet. If you want to layer, it has to be dry. So I want to dry this so I can put another lighter layer of green on there. Because if I try to do it now, I'm going to blend those colors rather than layering another color. And you can do a little of both, but just to let you know. Oh, Barb. Is Barb still here? I wanted to tell her something. I know if she hears her name, she might come back. That's what I do. If I'm watching a stream, say, let's say I'm watching Jean, and I'm not watching chat, if I hear Jean say, and Dede, or something like that, then I'll look at chat deliberately. So I'm waiting, if Barb's not watching chat, she might be in her studio, and so I'll wait and see if replies. So let me get that pretty dry there and still watch for Barb. Okay, this is starting to curl a little. I'll just bend it back. Okay, Barb, Kelly sent me this. I'll get it to you before Christmas. But Christmas curiosities, and she has a note in there. Look. So this will be this. She deliberately or distinctive. Well, she sent it to you and Claus Man. So it's all Christmas curiosities, and it's a whole book on different Santas and their history, and all kinds of things on the history of Santas. Santa, we hardly know ya. Yet know yo. So anyway, it's got a whole history of Santas. So anyway, yeah. So that she sent that to you and Claus Man. So I'll get it out to you. Okay. I know. Bless her heart. I know, right? Okay, so now let's see. Oh, the lighter green. Okay, so now remember yellow is translucent, so I'm going to add the green and the yellow here to make it well, green's pretty translucent too, depending on the kind. But I just want a little bit yellow, a lighter one, even though it's an olivey color. I just want to add a couple of, uh, can you see? It's very subtle. Maybe I'll add just a little bit more yellow, just to kind of see which way I want this one to go. Let's go right here. I'm just adding a couple extra little leaves right there, just a couple of little ones here and there, just to give it some more oomph. And when you do something like this, if you have a lot of greens, pick up a lot of different colors. So it's not like just flat. See, this is getting too lined up like little soldiers. It needs to be, a few little ones or something else in there too. You don't want to get it all like so symmetrical. And I don't want to say never, don't. You can do whatever you want or whatever works for your piece. But generally speaking, you want to keep it, a little bit the variety of shapes and things. So that's even a little kind of lined up for me, but you can always just kind of pull down some of the edges there and kind of make it so they're not so perfect. Yeah, just a little bit lighter one. A couple of little extras. And we'll probably splash in some light purple to make it look like some little flowers. Okay. You don't have to, that's, I appreciate that, Barb, but you don't, I just send them out. Here's the thing, guys. I don't mind sending out anything. And if anybody wants to send postage, that's fine. Otherwise, just be patient. Whatever we send out will get to you eventually. Just gotta just send it out a little at a time. Okay, so now I think what I'll do is get the purple. Let me get the purple. Where's my purple? I'm going to get some purple, and this is the dioxazine purple. And what I'm going to do is just add some white to it because I want to water this down, and I'm going to make some flowers out of this. So let me get where's my white? Here we go. I'm just going to kind of make a lighter. Oh, I might be too much white. Yeah, let me add more purple now because I had way too much white. Let's just pull it off to the side here. Because what I want to do, I'll leave it kind of marbly. Let's get a fluffy brush. Let me add some more water to it because I want to water that down because I'm going to make some splatters, some light purpley splatters. So it's best if you have a fluffy brush. Just something like this, that's kind of fluffy, kind of like that. And then just kind of get it real wet. And we'll see how much water I got in there. There we go. That's pretty good. And it might even need to be a little bit lighter after all. So, because it's not going to show up if it's not. Let's see. Now, again, I guess I am going to have it as light as I had it originally. All right, well, I'll put some of those dark ones on there. Now let me go ahead and make even lighter ones because they're not going to show up. There we go. I just want a little bit of purple splatter down in here, like little bits of flowers. That one is too splattery. Looks like a splat. Just to give it a little more oomph. In the bottom, since you mail so much, could you check into business mail? Yeah, I don't know that would matter too much. Maybe it might save with the flat rate. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, now let me dry this because I don't want to get my arm in there. Because, you know, business-wise, my commissions, I don't send out that many, you know. I mean, some people commission me to do 2, 3, or 4 of the same family member, not on the same piece, but I mean, 3 different pieces, 4 different pieces, and then they all get mailed together. And I always mail my shipping in priority because I don't, you know, I can track it that way. But I don't do that many. I mean, I do you know, a fair amount, but it's not like I'm putting out 4 or 5 or 6 a day, right? It's the happy mail that's really not really business related that, you know, because that's just my own happiness. Hey, little Phantom. Anybody else popping in? Okay, let's go ahead and dry again. Yeah, I'll work for a little bit longer, and then I really do have to go do errands and things. But I felt like I wanted to stream today and bring a little bit of art in the world today. We're already at an hour. I'm trying to keep them around an hour, you know. All right, so there we go. There's that. Now I want to do a few things with the white Posca pen. Well, let's go ahead and do, just to make it quicker, let me get another palette here before I can put some pure white out. I'll go ahead, instead of drawing the stars in, I'll go ahead and splatter some stars just to make it a little quicker. Where's my fluffy brush? Where'd that fluffy brush go? Where'd you go, Fluff? There. No, that's not it. Where'd that fluffy brush go, Joss? There it is. All right. All right, so let's go lightly splatter some stars in there. You can do this individually too. Okay, put a few stars in there. And then I think I'll put maybe a purple planet or something up there. I'll just use the back end of my brush here. Just pick up. Let's just go ahead and put a purple. Maybe a little bit of white on there too. Just to put a little purple planet up there. Maybe 2. Let's put an orangey one too. Let's put an orange one. Put a little orange one. Maybe another orange one right over here. And we'll put a shooting star. Let's put, I think I'll need to add, I'll have to put some more things around these with white pencil when that dries. Let me let that dry a minute, the stars. Okay, so what I want to do now with the Posca is just do a few little things, like I'll put some little emblem on her little thing there. This one might be almost running out. Let me see. Yeah, let me get a different one. I think this one's almost running out. I want to put whiskers on him. Let me go ahead and do that with a light blue, and then we'll highlight it with white. So I'll already have the shadow of his little whiskers. maybe a couple little dots. I know it's hard to see right now, guys. Give me a minute. This is crossing over the spine. It's going to be a little tricky right in the little dry brush in there. It's right because it'll pool, it'll puddle right in there. All right, so I'll do that, and you'll see it better when I get it close up. All right, let me get a little bit of highlight in his eyes. I'm going to put a little in hers too. I think I want to put a couple little crown things on their crowns, make them stand out. Let's do that. Like they're little jewels or something. Give it a little more oomph. You like that? Oh, good, guys. Yeah, write down some ideas if you get them. Okay, let's see, what else do I want to do anything to? I'm kind of liking it like it is. Maybe he'll have a couple little hairs coming out of his ears. Some little kind of, let's make them kind of not curly, but kind of. All right, and I'm going to put a little bit of glow with color pencil. Now he's going to look like a little old man with hairs coming out of his ears. Just gives it a little bit more interest. And maybe she has a couple little flyaway hairs coming out here. And again, I'm doing this in white, but if you want to make sure that it's not like stark white, you can go back after the paint's dry, go back over these white lines with a color. Like yellow or whatever. I'm just giving it a little bit more oomph. Okay, now let me dry everything. Nose hairs. I do want to make those little whisker holes a little bit more pronounced, though. Well, what we can do is we can actually make it look like there's lightning coming out of. What if it's lightning coming out of his ears, or hitting his ears, or coming down? Let's do lightning. How about that? Essence of lightning. It's like, he's or she, whatever, is like a lightning rod with those ears. I got a little bit too much over there. I'll tone it down with some pencil in just a second here. Something like that. Let's do that. Gives us it more of a story, right? If he's got lightning coming off of him, doesn't that give it more of a story? I think so. Static electricity, maybe? Could be static electricity. Okay, let's do just a little bit. I'm just going to take a little tiny bit of purple here. Put a couple of like little whisker dots. Let me adjust the eyes just a little. Put a little bit of something on the eyes there. Okay. Let me dry that now because I can't do color pencil on there with it wet. the lightning. Bam! Yeah. All right, let's see if I got that dry enough now to get a white color pencil in here. And let's just do a little bit of, I'm barely touching. Shh, 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 shh. And a little bit, maybe a little bit of glow around the planets. Maybe we have one little shooting star up here. Okay, let's put a little bit of glow around up in here because of the lightning. You have fun watching? Oh, if you're not here in the chat, oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, let's take a little look, see if there's anything else. Continue on here. A lot of action going on here. Oh, I need yellow. I'm going to go over those. I'm going to go over those. She's got staticky hair too. The static electricity has carried over to this little girl here. So, put a little bit of a static electricity in her hair. All right, guys. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed our little quick little Friday excursion. It's kind of quick. I'll post a quick picture of it. And maybe just a tiny bit of purple in the sky, like one of the darker purples, like the magenta color here. Just a little bit, just to give it a little bit more. It's very subtle, and you may not even be able to see it, but I can. See, it's just real subtle. A couple shades of purple. Uh-oh, well, I just smeared that, but hey, maybe it's supposed to be. I don't want it to interfere with my, that's why you got to make sure it's all dry. Shooting star there. Any questions or anything, guys? Did y'all have fun? I had fun. All right, I'll post a picture of it for you, but it's kind of a quick piece. And we hope y'all have a good weekend. And I'm going to get some stuff done, and I will see you all on Monday. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much. Bye.